I can't. What's up, my brothers?
What's up,
What's up?
everybody?
What's
Thanks a lot
up?
for tuning in to week 4. Birds of the Feather flock together. This your boy Marcel tuned in tonight. Got Cass in the building, and we got a new member tonight with my boy Jay. Introduce yourself,
So,
Cass.
What's up, everybody? Cash from Hollis, Queens. You already know you see me from the weeks before, and I've been an Eagles fan since Donovan McNabb era.
Yes, sir. What it do, Jerome? What it do, Jerome? And once again, we got a new member of the podcast tonight, my boy Jay. Introduce yourself and let them know what you got going on, my brother.
what's going on, players? What's going on? Man, my name is Jay. I'm from Queens, New York. You already know I'm an Eagles fan in Giants territory, but it's been 20 years. Been rooting for the Eagles since 2002. It's been a long journey. Diehard fan. Very knowledgeable of the team, and I'm just ready to go with you fellas.
Real shit, real shit. Appreciate to have you tonight. Appreciate to have you. And then, like I said, and living in enemy territory, you know what I mean? It got to be, you know what I mean, real in you to be representing what you represent and continue representing it. Like you say, you in Giants in Giants territory, and you still representing them birds. So
It's a
that's a
big
good thing.
fact.
You
Absolutely,
know what I mean?
Big
Most
fact.
definitely.
absolutely, yeah,
Most.
absolutely.
We're gonna go ahead and give me 1 second. Here we go here. All right, perfect. We're gonna hop into the stats this week. Anything that y'all see right here that sticks out to you right here with the offense or the defense or anything like that with the team stats?
Um,
Yeah, them
okay, as you go
400
first,
total yards. That sticks out. And
100%.
out of half, more than half of that is rushing yards. That's what really stick out. That's the difference of this week, if you ask me.
Yeah, and if you ask me, I'm looking on the other side. I'm seeing that we only allowed 148 passing yards and 71 rushing yards on defense. For the defense to do that, and they only allow 71 rushing yards in the rain. Every team should be running in the rain, and we took advantage of the rain.
Facts. And like both of y'all mentioned, um, in the rain, it was known that it was going to be a run in on both sides of the field, and for them was supposedly at the time the number one run stopping defense, and we put up, you know what I mean, four rushing touchdowns if you want to include Hurts, which you should,
Right.
and over 200 plus yards rushing, which I feel that was a slap in the face to them. And then, like Jay mentioned, 219 total yards with only
Ooh,
71 rushing in the rain,
that's it in
and
the rain.
everybody know that you're running the ball in the rain. It was a few
Locked
passes,
down.
of course you're gonna get some short
Of
passes,
course, yeah.
some
You got to still
screens
pass.
here and there, stuff like that, multiple draws and everything like that. It's gonna be a little disguised for you, but with raining you can't expect that. And then majority of the quarterbacks don't got big hands. Trevor Lawrence don't wear gloves in the rain, so it's a lot of things that take part um, into that 219 um, total yards with 4.8 yards per play. We got 5.2, and then you see that 210 yards rushing, bro. That's almost what they got in total yards. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, yeah, you know what? I didn't even notice that. But you know what stands out to me too? We did not do well in that game on third down, and I remember thinking to myself, "We're not getting out there. We're not converting on third down. 4 for 15 is not good. That's not
Facts.
good. That's not good.
And
But we
I like that
dominated first
number.
downs too.
I
Right.
like that number
We was
25
getting a
with
lot
the
of
first
first downs.
downs. That
Yeah, you
ate up a
see,
lot of clock. You know what I mean? That's
you
Right.
time
see, it
management.
worked.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
And so for us to have 15 opportunities on fourth down and only convert 4 with 25 first downs, that's a lot of time possession being ate up, you know what I mean, for
Absolutely,
us,
And
absolutely.
that
and
wins
having
games.
that many.
TOP.
Yeah, and then you go right here to fourth down efficiency. You know what I mean? 3 for 5. That's the bigger stat that continue those 25 first downs. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right.
It was effective.
Let's see what
And
else we
then
got here.
total plays. That's another thing.
Whew, double. We doubled them up on them.
Almost doubled them up in
Yeah, we
total
almost
plays,
doubled
and
up
and
on them.
that's what I like to see, far as the franchise with young quarterback, young running back, a nucleus of ballers on the offensive line and tight end. You need those total plays so that you can spread the wealth. If
Right.
got 46 plays, you ain't gonna have a satisfied Goddard, a satisfied Smitty, a
Facts.
satisfied Smiles, a satisfied AJ, excuse me, a satisfied Quiz. With 77, if everybody got 3 plays, they happy.
Facts.
You know what I
Absolutely,
mean? Going
absolutely.
towards them. You know what I mean? At least y'all looked at me, did something. But this
Facts.
was a big week for Miles. First career ever with 2 touchdowns. He went what last year or the year before with no touchdowns. You know what I mean? At all.
I know,
And
I know, I know.
and almost broke 1,000-yard rusher with no touchdowns. That was crazy. That's why I don't like how they put in Boston Scott and Kenny G when we get down in the goal line. I just really don't
What are you
makes no
doing,
sense to
David?
me. He did the bulk of the work, and then you want to put them down in there. And then I
Here we
want to
go. Time of possession. Oh,
exactly time of possession and where's the turnovers? Okay, right here. Penalties, fumbles lost, and interceptions thrown. Those
Yeah.
4 categories
Yeah,
right
they had
here.
5 turnovers. Yeah.
Exactly. And then not including the turnover on downs and everything like that. You know what I mean? They had a couple of those also. You know what I mean? No, they was actually 4th downs, but they did fumble. You know what I mean? So we was getting the ball either way, but they just counted the fumble since we recovered it.
right.
Another indication of all these stats that I'm seeing, the time of possession and everything, is that the score really wasn't that close. It's 21-29, but we should have blew them out of the water. There's
Big
so
facts.
many opportunities, like you said, like 15. All those first downs created. We left a lot of yards on the field, a lot of plays on the field. You know, I know one of
And
the
critical
penalties was a
penalties. Yeah.
touchdown call. Even though we scored again, it was a touchdown. We must lead the NFL in like callback touchdowns. I don't know if y'all remember
That was
last year we started.
AJ touchdown,
Oh,
right?
AJ touchdown, yeah, in the beginning, but we've had this thing where we always get touchdowns called back. I remember last year I don't know how many we had, but it was definitely alarming but it's all right. The time of possession we doubled up on them on time of possession. I mean, we were in control of this game. The score seems close, but it really wasn't that close.
Fact. And I say the same thing. The score, it makes you and then they got that point. They scored, if you look at it, they scored their first 14 points in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Yep. One was the
If
gift that
not,
we
or
gave
should I
them.
say first 9 minutes of the game. And they didn't
Yeah,
score the 21st point until garbage time points. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, because
like
I
it
know we
wasn't.
scored 20 and answered.
Yeah, we scored 29 to their 14 unanswered.
Yeah, so that was good. That was good. That definitely. We was in control of the game. The score, like I said, it was getting a little close at the end, but then he lost 4 fumbles. It's rare to lose 4 fumbles in one game. He
And
lost 4
still win.
fumbles, and we beat ourselves at a lot of points in this game, but we were in control most of this game, minus the first 7 to 9 minutes, like you said, when they jumped up quick.
And
I
and, and
actually was a little happy. I wanted to see them go through some adversity. I wanted to see how they would handle this. I wanted to see what they would do from this. Like, you're down 14-0 at home in the rain. The fans are booing you. What are you going to do? They
facts.
showed up.
And I said the same thing also. And I like, if you guys notice, this is our first game we scored second half points in also. You know what I
I knew
mean?
you
Oh,
was gonna
man.
mention that.
So
I knew
you
you
I
was gonna
watched
mention
last
that.
week's episode, and I remember definitely that was one of the big points. I remember y'all mentioned no second half points. I mean, that's not sustainable. That can't go on. In December and November football where you're not scoring up in the third or fourth quarter. You're not gonna win.
at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
You're not gonna win.
But
You gotta score. I mean that's
Especially when playoffs come, knock on wood, we make the playoffs, everything still go good, and then the
yep.
ball gonna slow completely down. You know what I mean? It's gonna be possession games. It ain't about to be no scoring a gang of points in first half, which you can if defense ball out like they being and getting extra possessions. But the ball gonna slow down drastically when it come to playoffs. You know what I mean? Time management
right.
like a mug. So second half points is gonna be very crucial, even if it's going down getting 3 points
That's
every drive.
mandatory.
That's mandatory. Like we need points in the second half, and I just hope as an offense that they seen how important that was, because we made the game look a lot closer than what it really was. In
Absolutely.
29-21 was nowhere
Yeah.
near the score. We should have easily put up 40 this week.
Yeah. We should have 40 at the minimum, 30-some points. It was definitely, like I said, we left yards on the field, plays on the field.
And points on the
Those
board.
are we definitely exactly the most importantly points on, but we definitely got to pick that up. The second half points is a big thing. They got to play second half football. You got to play. The game is 2 parts: first half and second half. You got to perform in the second half.
Big facts. Big fact. We're gonna go ahead and hop into these highlights right now, my brothers.
Let's do
Y'all
it.
ready? Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Go. There goes Miles. And that was the beginning.
So
You look, that was the first run of the game, right?
first run of the game. And my thing is when Miles is running north and south, I'm gonna let you guys go on, and I'm just gonna, give the narrative on where we're talking about right here. When Miles is running north and south, I feel he's a top 3 back in the NFL. Not NFC, I'm talking NFL. When he get the opportunity and the chances that he deserves. What are y'all thinking of Miles so far on the season?
Yo, I like Miles. I like. Well, listen, these last 4 games, I don't feel like we had the opportunity to really see Miles at his full potential because the first 3 games we was pass. We was heavy on the pass. We was utilizing the run. We was utilizing Jalen's legs a lot more. But now, like you said, to piggyback off that, I like when Miles running off the south as well. He got a good game. Good read on the defense because it looked like the safeties were expecting the pass, and they switched it up to the run. So I like Miles.
And on this play right here, what you like about the things that he's doing, especially to piggyback on what you said you liking so far on the season, what are you liking about with him running north or south right now?
To be honest, I feel like they should run more plays like this. But then, I watched this game, and you'll get to that, further when we get further along the highlights and stuff like that. If the hole close quick, he gets real shaky. You know what I mean? So we could lose yards. I mean, it's hard to really judge. I love if they just create a hole and he'll go straight up the middle, punch it up the middle. But I see that they like to make him swing it to the outside, or I just prefer to keep running plays like this.
Jay, you want to chime in on both of those points right there?
Yeah, you see, so like the thing with North and South with him is I don't mind him running North and South. I appreciate like his effort on every play because if you notice, he doesn't stop running. Like at contact, he initiates, he keeps going. You see a lot of running backs, they'll get really low. He don't drop his shoulder too much. He's looking up the field all the time. We mentioned this earlier. Miles Sanders is good for one big run a game. He gets that run a game, every single game. If you give him enough touches, he's gonna fool the defense enough. He's very shifty. He reminds me of a little sense of Shady, but a little bit of a Le'Veon Bell, minus the patience, because he just spurts out. But he's very shifty to his side. So running north and south is good for him because he's very shifty. So if he's running pound, he could definitely shift on somebody. So I agree with that style of running for him.
And just to clarify what I'm meaning with running north and south, I don't have no problem with him going off tackles, but when he initiate going forward, I don't want him juking, trying to run to the side to get. I'm talking about north and south, continue getting positive yards. If you get 3 yards a pop, it only takes 10 yards to get a first down, and you'll have those in 4 downs. So that's my point and emphasis on running north and south. And I just like what he's doing this year, and I just hope that they continue giving him the opportunity that he deserves. You know what I mean?
And he could catch the ball too. He's a very good pass catcher. People underrate that about him, but he had a couple receptions in his game. He made a couple touchdown grabs last year. Not the year before that. It was his rookie season. He definitely can catch the ball. That's another thing too. He's not just a runner. He definitely is a receiving back. People don't really recognize him on that, but he definitely can catch the ball.
And one thing that I'm a knock on wood before I say this, one thing he's been showing me and I'm proud of this season also is ball control. You know what I mean? He's holding the ball high and tight, holding on when he's getting to 1 and 2 men. He's putting 2 hands on the ball. I'm liking the ball control right now and no fumbles from him yet so far on the season. Or should I say so far from anybody on the team, but him specifically with his pass. And like I mentioned before, it ain't nothing that I'm holding in the dark. Miles Sanders is, my favorite Eagle right now. So I want to see him continue doing good and get the opportunities that he deserves. You know what I mean?
Let's go ahead. Contract year for him too.
Big contract year, and that's the scary part with me is
he's
that
betting on himself.
Yeah, and betting on himself, but at the same time, they're not going to give him the opportunities so that he can't negotiate a big deal. You get what I'm saying? Like, look at your
Yeah,
stats.
yeah,
You didn't do this. You didn't do
that's
that.
true.
You didn't score no touchdowns in 2020. This, you know what I mean? So it's a sticky situation, but I hope we can negotiate something to keep him here for at least 3 more years. But let's go ahead and
Absolutely.
continue these these highlights, my guy.
Let's go. So
First
quarterback
down,
sneak.
Jalen.
Quarterback sneak.
Yeah,
Quarterback
another,
sneak.
definitely
Smart
another
play.
good play for him too.
More
He's pretty
change.
good on those so far.
Yeah, and I just,
Big up
you
the
know,
O-line.
Jalen's strong, man. Jalen very strong, and that O line is
Big up to the
Jalen's a very strong
O-line.
individual.
facts. Moving on.
That was a pick right here. Okay, stop.
Right here. We're going to pause
Okay,
it, but
go.
we're going to
Yeah,
keep
we're
going.
gonna
You
pause
see
it.
AJ? You see, just watch AJ Brown from right here, though. Just watch AJ Brown. He right there. So that's not a tackle, though, right?
That's
Oh,
not
okay.
no. He looked like he's an arm length.
Yeah.
There's the block. Okay, let's run that back. He looked like he took a bad angle, but we gotta slow it up.
You say what now?
Can you go back to that?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, I see. Okay. There you go. We
He,
spoke
yeah,
about
it
this
looked like
earlier.
he hesitated
Yeah,
Hey, but
he
instead of just
hesitated.
taking the
there's
tackle.
penalty, though? Ain't there's a penalty with number 2? You can't block going back the other way, right? You see number 2 going back to AJ?
Yeah. I see him turning them around. He's
That's a
turning
penalty.
around.
You can't block like that. You can't turn around and block like that and hit somebody the opposite way.
Head up.
Wow.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on this, Jason? Cass went first on the last play stoppage. What's your thoughts on this right here?
Well, first of all, the interception's off a deflection, so I don't put it all on Jalen. Things happen in football. The ball went up in the air. It's anybody's ball. Like we could catch it and go the other way and go straight up the field. But like I said, I was watching AJ Brown on there. We spoke about that earlier. I could see where he tried to go for like a strip, but it took a bad angle, and then it just, we could have, we could have avoided a pick six on that. But like I said, it happened. I mean, it's unfortunate it happened so early in the game because it put us in a hole, but we climbed out of the hole. So, we definitely have to watch those, those deflections. And I've seen a lot of people complaining too about him putting the ball up and throwing it in a double coverage. I mean, if that's what he got with his receivers going on, that's what's going on because he has thrown a ball where he sees two receivers sometimes. I mean, two defenders, and he still hits them. So this was one of the cases where the ball went up in the air, and unfortunately, it got intercepted.
Want to hop in and chime on that, Cass?
Yeah. To be honest, I appreciated this play, even though what did result in a pick six at that. But I did appreciate the fact that it was a good use of the play action. Being that earlier plays were mostly run plays. The O-line did a good job. Jalen Hurts tried to thread the needle, and then somebody just got their hand in there. Like Jay said, it happens. Statistically, it's bound to happen. So we can't avoid those. We try to as best as possible. But keep the defense on their heels as well.
Me, I'm a kind of like I'm gonna do a Stephen A. Smith right here, and I'm gonna disagree with both of y'all right here. I'm gonna disagree with both of y'all right here. Me personally, like I'm just joking. I'm not. I was just being funny. I'm gonna disagree though with what y'all said in the narrative because Jalen's supposed to be the team leader, captain, everything, and with plays like this, you don't need them, and you're at home. Drive starting off you in behind in the goal line, like the 10-15 yard line. You need to make smarter decisions and throw that ball away. There's 3 men in coverage right there. I don't care how good your arm is improved, you're not going to get that ball right there. And then on your second read though, you jerk it and then threw it again. If you would have threw it on the first attempt, it would have been better. Wouldn't have got intercepted, may have just dropped or whatever. But you got to make smarter plays when we're trying to win championships in Philadelphia. That's one play that I feel that if this game could have really got out of hand and we could have blamed it on this play right here.
Yeah.
Because this would have been it because when we got the ball back, we did three and out, gave them the ball, they came down and scored. We down 14-0. You know what I mean? If we wasn't had the blessed of a defense that we have, you're putting the defense in position, in bad position, and now we're playing from behind. As a captain, you have to make smarter decisions, throw that ball away, and live to see another play. That's all I'm saying, big dog. Like they say, throw that ball away to live to see another play. You know what I mean? And you just gave up 7 points because you're being arrogant, cocky at that moment. But what Cass said, I'm kind of glad it happened because it mellowed him out and made him make way better decisions moving forward for the rest of the game. I didn't see one bad throw for the rest of the game. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword with this play right here where I'm on the fence where, you got the devil, you got the angel on your shoulders, you know what I mean? And it's like which one is which, but I can take a bad out of it and I can also take a good to agree with you guys also. But since the narrative, both of you guys went with the good, I had to go with the negative just, to make it sound a little better. You know what I mean? We're going to go ahead and hop into the next play.
Do it. They was hyped though. That Jacksonville, they was celebrating on us in that 14-0 when they hit that 14. This play was interesting too because he reversed the field. He started in the middle, then he ended up on the right. What
y'all think of that?
So this one, I feel like it was a good option. Good O-line once again. Jalen looked very comfortable in that pocket. He found Miles Sanders. It's okay, and they was playing the deep ball. So yeah, that was a good option. And like Jay said earlier, Miles Sanders is a back that can catch. Utilize that. But I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate here. He needs to get up the field. Go up. What are you doing going towards the sideline?
That could have been a disaster.
It's too early. Too early to be doing some clock management. It's first quarter. Like, go up the field. So that's what I would.
If you look at that play, he took a linebacker with him, a defensive back, and a defensive lineman. They all were trailing him. They all, because he, defensive players, they prowl into the ball no matter where. If the ball's on the other side of the field, they're moving to that angle. So they all met up him, but none of them got him. Like you said, he should have went up, but it worked out.
Yeah.
And my thing too on this, I like what Cass said also. I like the play management. I like Jalen looking at his third option and just took the check down. And also, I'm glad he got the first down and did all that. But like you said, that could have been a dangerous play right there and caused us a lot. But at the end of the day, he got the first down. But we got to continue moving north and south. And one more thing also, I like what you mentioned also, Jay, about the creating the mismatch with Miles going out the backfield after he chip blocked. You got to have a linebacker on him. And I don't know too many linebackers that's going to be able to stick Miles out the backfield, honestly.
None. Basically nobody. A handful, probably.
Big facts. We're going to move on.
Yo, Jalen has gotten better throwing on the run, too. Even though he didn't complete this one.
We got an ad
he's
coming
definitely
up right
got
here.
Confidence. He got confidence when he's on the run.
Go ahead. Speak on it.
I say, yeah, Jalen, I'm noticing this year, he got a lot of confidence on the run. Like, the way he's firing that ball on the run is definitely different than the last year in his rookie season.
Big facts. Even if it's an incomplete, you know what I mean? I like to throw it where if his receiver couldn't catch it, no one was going to catch it. You got anything to say on that play right there, Cass? Just an incomplete.
Yeah. I appreciated the fact, like y'all said, that him throwing on the run. I appreciated his ability to be able to extend that play because as you saw, the pocket collapsed on him. So he ran out to the side, extended the play. He kept his eyes up. He made a good throw. And that was a good ball. He made a good throw. And when the ball hits your chest, you're supposed to catch it. So that fault I would put on, who was that? Smitty over there who dropped that?
Smitty.
Yeah, Smitty, you need to catch those, bro.
Big facts. Now we on defense right here.
Remember, we got no Slay, no Maddox, too.
Big facts.
So a lot of people wasn't mentioning that. We missing our top corner and our top, one of our top players. He's an interior corner.
Yeah, one of the top slot corners in the league right now.
Yep, it's in the nickel slot.
And me personally, I like this, especially with the the substitution. But one thing I hate right now in our defense is that soft zone. If you get a good quarterback, they're gonna eat up the outsides like he did, the deep out in the middle of the field, and you're just gonna let them march down the field. And then when you get in the red zone, then you're gonna play man to man. Once you do that to stop them down, so we just basically like if we luckily we've been getting turnovers these last few weeks, but if we didn't, we allow teams to march down just to get 3 points. So that
Because
puts
of that soft
the
zone.
pressure. Yeah, it puts pressure on our offense to go down and have to score where we're not satisfied with 3 because we're going to always continue tying the game or we're going to go up by 3, which, you know what I mean? I'm cool with going up, but I don't like to continue going down and letting the team get on top. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, fortunately, we haven't had that happen this season, but this game right here, and we really came back out of adversity, and this was one of the best games I've seen so far as a team with the Eagles.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on. Y'all got anything to say about that right there?
What was that? Like zone blitz?
Let's rewind it. I didn't see. I think they just crashed the house and didn't keep outside contained. Yeah.
It's almost like a rollout, like a tight end rollout into the tight end just.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to say good penetration there. Good penetration. And we just need better tackling right there. That's it.
Me, I like you said with the good penetration, that's the scheme that they did to allow that to stuck in the D line so that they can do the bootleg. You know what I mean? With that right there, that the penetration was given a screen or something. You know what I mean? Allowed the line to get fast and basically take advantage of their good side with rushing the quarterback so hard and rushing and stopping the run where they over pursued. And that's what happened right here with BG over pursued the play and let Trevor Lawrence get outside. And then also Scott, you can't, you know what I mean, fault him. He's new here. So, you know what I mean? He ain't getting reps with the ones. You know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead and replay that right there. We're going to replay it and then you see what I'm talking about. Oh, that was Reddick, not BG. That crashed down too hard.
He went into it. He had a good game too, but he's a gambler too. So sometimes he's gonna get there, sometimes he's not.
Big facts, big facts. Gonna let it go ahead.
Yeah, that you see they. I mean, oh man.
What y'all got anything to say about this play right here?
That was a good blitz. Big out to number 40. Who's number 40?
Let me see. Where are we
number 40. Yo, good big up to him because he stayed with the play. He came all the way from the other end on the left tackle.
Let me see.
He stayed with the play and he managed to punch the ball out. He forced a fumble, so great job, defense. See him right there?
Right there, number 40. I forgot who that is. Yeah, I think
that was a good trail play.
Johnson or something.
Good job. He ain't never gave up on that play.
Yeah, this was a guaranteed touchdown right here. Another missed the rep. Look at that. Oh
man. And when we get down here, anytime we do run our defense and they run like disguise routes and stuff, it always eats us up with our coverage. It kind of reminds me of the year of Patty Mills when with the double move. You get what I'm saying? Like anytime teams did double moves on us, it was eating us up. You know what I mean? From him or Rasul. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that right there, they see that what can happen. And Doug seen what happened to us and he did it against us, but it's a different defensive coordinator, but the same kind of philosophy, you know what I mean? But when we get down here, we just need more penetration on the D line, and it will free up the linebackers and the DBs to allow them to get more penetration to stay in coverage because you're getting penetration on the quarterback.
Copy that. Well, who's number 23 right there?
That's CJ.
I think that's Gardner. Yeah, CJ Gardner Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, he, good to be devil's advocate. He did recognize the play right before the snap because he told the other safety to move up because that side was left wide open, bro. It's just that he was too far away. Yeah,
he was too far away. By the time he told him already,
that's defensive coverage. Right. I mean, that's defensive coordinator coverage. That's why you got the headphones to send that in and make that adjustment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or yelling from the sideline. You know what I mean? If you look at it right here,
It was
absolutely.
wide
Now,
open.
no one person on the running back until he caught the ball. And that was just a bad throw where CJ even caught up to that play.
I thought a collision was gonna happen with him and the safety right there, or the corner. Let me see. See right here, boom. I thought he was gonna bang a big, but he was late. Like you said, he was
He was
They
very
cut
late.
late.
him
He
in
was late
front
for
of
that
him.
sack.
They disguised
He
it.
was late.
They
Yeah.
cut it right in front of him, which he should have been on the outside anyway of the tight end.
Right. You know, you just leave the whole left side open.
We're going to go ahead and run it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to actually rewind this. Pay attention to Jalen and the play, how it got blew up and what he did with it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's going to Dallas, to Goddard, and he's seen the second option. What y'all like about that play right there?
To me, like I like what you say. He was going to Dallas and wasn't going to. He literally he timed it perfectly. He knew a window was about to open. He hit the window, and then that's exactly what happened. AJ is a good yards after the catch guy. This guy,
Boy,
he catches the ball, he starts spinning and moving, and everybody's moving with him.
Don't want to go down.
He don't want to go down, but if you see, he waited for that window. Like I said, him on the run, man. Him on the run is a big. He's reminding me of a lot of those quarterbacks who are great on the run. If you could throw on the run, which a lot of quarterbacks cannot, you can make special plays. Like Cass said, extension of plays. If you can extend plays, you're going to be great. That's just simple what it is. You're not just going to be a quarterback that sits back in the pocket and throws it. Like, you're going to be moving around.
It creates more opportunities. And, I mean, you know, good job with Jalen for recovering from that high snap. He had to jump up to get it. He kept his eyes up the field. You know, read the defense. He didn't really sell the play action after that too well. But he made like you said, that play was designed for Goddard, but he made the connection to AJ for a gain. So I'm happy with that.
That's called progression as a quarterback, and I'm liking to see that after game after game after game. I'm recognizing things that you didn't recognize from him the year before and the year before that, and I just like the progression and the way that our quarterback is headed. Me and my personal
maturing.
You know what though? They always say year two is even though this is Jalen's third year, essentially this is his second because he didn't rookie year he played like a couple games. They usually say the second full season is when you're gonna really find out who you got, and if this is who we got, I mean we're in good hands. Because boy, last year he was not accurate on the run. He was not really accurate at all, to be truthful. He had his flashes, but accuracy was a big major concern for me. And I knew if he could work on it, from what they say of his character, he's a workhorse, man. You could see the improvement. If you're a real Eagles fan, you watch every snap, you watch.
He's a dog.
Jalen was under 60% last year, I believe. Completion. If not, he was 61. He was low. He had games where he's completing less than half his passes, 50%, 52%, like around half his passes. You can't do that to be an elite quarterback. This year, I'm very excited with his accuracy, his anticipation. The ball is coming out when the ball should come out. It goes out, and like this play is an epitome of that. He literally, if he throws that ball a half a second earlier, that's an interception. Because the underneath guy's just staring him down because he knows he's staring at him. But as soon as the window opened, he hit him.
Facts. Because you see the other linebacker had to go with Goddard, and then the cornerback also had to bite down, and so it was double coverage. No way to throw that to Goddard, and that created that seam and that perfect window, and AJ was open.
Absolutely. Hard to defend this team so far.
Facts.
There you go. AJ's the first catch of the game. Hype. Let's go. There you go.
North and south, positive yards. We're gonna move on. It ain't really too much.
But you need those trenches yards. Yeah, you need those trenches yards. Those are the ones you say in the north and south. When I know you see what you mean north and south, because you got to wear them down, and everything's not gonna be a big play. You need them 2-3 yard plays.
And you just make this fourth down a lot easier. Now it's 4th and 3 instead of 4th and 6.
Absolutely. And they guarded the sticks on this one very hard.
Yeah, this was a horrible play call right here. What's y'all input on this play with 4th down?
Man, bro, I was like, come on, man. Like, we got 5 receivers out there. You know what I mean? That gives Jalen Hurts an opportunity to even scramble for some yards.
I was about
Somebody
to
had
say,
to
yes.
somebody had to pay attention to what's going on with the quarterback. Like, get open. We
Man,
don't want to have to rely on him scrambling all the time. You know, so I
They
mean,
were
good
guarding the
defense. That's all I
sticks.
got on that.
They were guarding the sticks. So like you're right, they all started shifting back. Like somebody could have scrambled up. I mean, 3 yards. I could have almost seen something weird happen, like a not a draw, but something, a disguise or something. Because, if you look, Jacksonville was lined up on that first. They just was trying to protect 3 yards, man. And if you go opposite of what they doing, you said a little run, draw or something, they're gonna catch them off guard.
facts. Moving on. I believe we're on defense now. Yeah.
I like this play.
So,
I like the patience of the running back right there. Wait for that big boy to come, his escort. We're
who is
gonna
that,
rewind
man? That's
that.
Agnew on that?
Yeah, we're gonna rewind that right here. Look at the patience. Wait for Big 74 to come.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Dusting
he
off
let he let
Bradbury.
Right. That was
oh
discipline
wait.
right there. That was discipline right
Oh
there.
wait.
That's why I like that. I like this play too. I like us on defense on this one.
All right, let's run it.
Go.
Because that was a good play call though too.
Look
Had
at
the
that.
motions. That's
Good
staying
play,
at
Sweat.
home. That's staying at home. Go ahead,
That
speak on it.
sweat.
Yeah, man. So that was a good play right there by Sweat. He kept his eye on the ball. He was acting like he was all wrapped up, but once he seen him coming towards him, he broke off the defense and made the play. So good job, Sweat.
Shedded a good block right there to get off and make the tackle.
Facts, and I like the main thing besides making a tackle. Even if he didn't make the tackle, he kept the play inside. If y'all noticed that, he wasn't going to allow the play to bounce outside. He kept it inside, and that allowed him to bite down on it because he had Ethion. How do you pronounce his name?
Eat.
Travis Etienne, or whatever.
Ethan,
Etienne, yeah, whatever his name
ETNE.
is.
I know how to. It's hard to
Etienne,
pronounce.
Etienne. That's it.
ETN. Yeah.
Etienne. He had Reddick and all them coming from the inside and White, so he had to go back towards Sweat side. So I liked how he played the outside and made him go inside on the and kept it contained on the outside. That's what he's supposed to do
Nice.
as a linebacker. So I'm move on right here.
Nice.
ETN. Yeah, that's his name.
ETN. Yeah. I'm gonna practice that.
Yeah.
Practice that. Want to be sounding crazy. Let's see what we got here. So like pre-snap adjustments too. Oh,
We're gonna rewind this play right here, and I feel that this play right here, if you guys look at the score right here before I started, you see that's 14-0,
To 0.
13-28 in the
Right.
second quarter. And
Right.
they was 4th and 3. About
Right.
is nothing but green in front of him. And
Right.
let's rewind it and let's just see how lucky we got.
and it was already in our territory. He was a couple, not too far from field
This
goal
was the
range.
pivotal
Man.
moment. This was a very pivotal moment for this whole game.
Yeah, that was very reckless by Lawrence. When it's raining and he running with the ball outside like it's 95 and sunny, he's crazy.
It
Honestly,
actually hit
though,
his knee. It actually
it
hit
fell
his
down and
knee in
hit his
stride.
knee.
Yeah, when he brought it down, it hit
Oh
his
my
knee
God!
on
So then the
stride.
ball bounced out. They was already in. There wasn't in field, like a couple yards, but they was fourth down. I mean, at the minimum, this game could have got wide open if this play not happened. I agree with y'all saying this is the a turning point of the game because, man, they could have went up 21 here, 17-0 here. It could have been much worse.
Facts.
Right.
What's up, Warren? Appreciate you tuning in, Big Warren. Yeah, and I feel that that's critical because if you guys just watch the game moving forward and the score and that time and watch the time of possession and the score from here is critical, big dog. We're going to go ahead and move on.
Absolutely. Because
We got the ball back now. This when we start cooking.
Again, the perfect time and window throws. Them throws he's making, he has to make it at that exact second. I mean, I'm very proud of Jalen's progression.
They can't treat him like no running back right now. He's a quarterback right now.
Yeah. I don't want to hear that running backs talk about him.
And you know what I love the most about it? People will talk and he will say that, the Eagles offense is very lopsided. That's all cap. In the last 4 games, we've shown diversity, passing. Jalen Hurts using his legs to score. Miles Sanders and backs using their legs to score. Defense taking it up and winning games. So that's diversity. So that's all cap to everybody say that we all one sided, and one dimensional team. Get out of here with that.
And it's gonna make it hard getting down um after the halfway point of the season because y'all got to deal with AJ, Smitty, and Quez, and not even mentioning Goddard and Miles at the tight end and running back position, and all of them can catch. And then you spread them out, put Miles out there, spread him out, make a wide receiver, put him out at wide, and make a linebacker come guard him, and then now you're creating 1-on-1 with somebody strong safety in Jalen Hurts. I'll take that matchup any day of the week.
Any day of the week.
I agree with you. I like the one-dimensional stuff. Like, I'd rather be known as a balanced team than be like, look, for example, I don't want to mention the team right now, but let's just say somebody like Buffalo. They fully relying on Josh Allen. No running back. He's the running back. We don't want that with us. We got Miles. Let Miles shine. Miles is a top back in this NFL. He's a top back. He needs 20. I keep saying he needs 20 touches a game. Give him 20 and you can live. Because he's going to break one in the game. He's going to make a play. That's just who he is. If you look at his games, all his highlights, he breaks one. So, I don't want to be known as a one-dimensional team. So, I agree with you. That's all cap about us being one-dimensional. Jalen didn't have a big rushing game in this game. He didn't have a huge passing game either, but he balanced it. Some games he's rushing for 70 yards, 60 yards. Some games he's running for 30.
What the defense gave him.
Exactly, and he's just rolling with the punches. So I like the diversity of the way we're winning. We had to win ugly. This is one of them wins, man. It started off ugly. We needed this win.
It's always ways to improve off of a win, and you're a lot more lenient to listen to coaches off of a win than you lose. When you lose, thinking the coaches being real critical and everything and taking stuff in your feelings. But it's easier to improve off an ugly win. I'd rather take an ugly win than an ugly loss any day of the week, bro. I tell you that.
Absolutely. Because an ugly loss could turn into a losing streak.
And a bad locker room.
Absolutely.
Let's move on.
Let's see what we got here. A little sidestep. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
good move, daughter. Good move.
Oh, man.
He out here trying to do some
That boy got it. If you look at the tight end rankings this year, he's at the top on all of them. They better start mentioning his name. I hear, there's a lot, we talk a lot about Kelsey, everybody else, but this guy, he needs to be recognized, man.
Yeah. Put some respect on Goddard's name. That was a great dump for Jalen. He got it to Goddard for a gain, and that was a crucial game right there. So put some respect on that boy. He put the little stutter step that probably got him an extra five yards. Probably got him an extra 5 horsepower when he did that as well.
and I feel that he an all around tight end. Like he's one of the best in the game. You can use him in the run block, and the pass block, and he's a threat in the pass. I just feel he's an all around tight end, and it's very crucial. And I feel not just that he's on the Eagles, so don't quote my words on this, but I think he's a top 3 tight end in the NFL right now. You know what I mean? Like all around. There's some that like Kittles. He's great at what he does. Great blocker, do all that stuff too. He's one of the top. You know what I mean? But you got to put Goddard over Ertz now. You know what I mean? You got to put him over there.
Oh, you have to, yeah.
And he's in the same field as Waller, and Waller don't block
Kelsey.
Kelsey,
let me tell you something. Kelsey is the top tight end to me in the NFL, but Goddard is young. Goddard will eventually, I believe he will be a Kelsey-esque type of player. Kelsey, that's the type of play Kelsey does right there. That running, the extra little side steps. Tight ends are not really fast. Goddard is one of the little bit, he's not slow, but he's faster for a tight end. So
Facts.
he's very athletic. He's one of the best run blockers. When him and that was Ertz's problem with Ertz. Ertz was not a good blocker. We love Zach Ertz. We appreciated Zach Ertz, but Ertz was just an average blocker at the max.
And he couldn't break
Average.
tackles. One man would tackle
Exactly.
Ertz.
One man. You got to take two. They got to be getting double teamed a lot. He's taking on a DN and a linebacker, or a DN and a tackle. Like, you know, Goddard's underrated. He's definitely at the minimum top 5. I mean, they put up a stat. He's at the top 5 in most major tight end categories. So I
And like
expect him to
Cass
get
said,
big.
and like Cass mentioned, when he start rolling and how big he is and fast he is, you're gonna be seeing a lot of defensive backs laying when he come by. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna want to tackle him.
That's a fact.
You see where Cass said, yo, he hit the sidestep again like a little 5 extra horses or whatever.
5 extra horses.
Nobody want to tackle him. If you're looking, they're not
jumping to his
engaging him.
legs. They just jumping to his leg, making it
not really
seem like they
engaging
trying to
him.
make a tackle.
Right.
Exactly. They running with him. Because I mean, bro, they move back, he moved back, and you're supposed to keep moving forward. He was mad control that whole narrative.
And if you notice, once a game, Goddard is trying to jump over somebody because they're always going at his legs and taking a real decent fall because they always at his legs. Like you said, they running with him, hopping on his back after somebody else and winning his legs and slowing him down. That boy is a beast. That boy is a beast.
I didn't even think about that. You're right there. Oh man, they always going after his leg. That's why he's always trying to hurdle.
Man, he has to because they always jumping and diving to his legs because ain't nobody trying to hit him heads up or even above the numbers. You're going down. You're going down like he's gonna run you over like he's Brian Bosworth or something.
Oh, she's back.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and run it.
Wow, he's a burster. Look at that. I mean, that's a lightning play, man. I mean, he's just anticipation, man.
Only bad thing that I have to say about that, because I mean, it ain't nothing really bad to say about that. But only thing I would say is I wish he would slide instead of going in trying to get that extra half a yard or whatever when you can just slide. Now you're there. Now, you know what I mean? Like, why are you trying to get that extra yard and taking that hit? You know what I mean? Just like 100%. I think it's the next play or when he scored the touchdown, he take that big ass hit. He don't need to be taking no hits. You know what I mean? Like that. No, and I feel it needs to be better designed plays and more strategizing to allow him to still run, but allow him as an exit route. You know what I mean? Like, you know how at school we had a fire exit, you know, and fire drill, all that. He needs to have a way of knowing when to go down when a DB or somebody's getting close to him. Because all it takes is one. I mean, shit, that's what happened to Wentz. Going in for a touchdown. I was at the game in LA, going in for a touchdown and got his legs toe up because they're gonna be trying to hurt you as a quarterback and how big you is. Ain't nobody want to be on ESPN getting ran over by Jalen Hurts going into the end zone.
Absolutely. You know what's the thing about Jalen too? Sometimes he slides, sometimes he don't. So it's like he gotta slide more than he don't slide. That going up with a DB is not, you know, there's a play later on we're gonna see what pointed out. He definitely makes a nice slide just in time.
Just in time.
So with this play really quick to piggyback on y'all.
Yeah,
I feel like my fault. I feel like this was the best option for a quarterback run. Based off the defense, all the backs was backing out. They ain't have the linemen up there. We're in the red zone. So and we got great yardage, and it's on a 3rd and goal. So I appreciate.
He saw the hole. He saw that hole. He saw that.
Right.
Hole. You saw he just ran through it. It's like an instinct.
Everybody was backing up. He had it. That was all him. So good, smart decision, Jalen.
And continuing to elaborate on what you just said, he's continuously making smart decisions this year. That's why that interception pick 6 had me distraught and stressing out because that's un-Jalen. And I'm glad it happened early in the game so that he got back to his normal self instead of hearing all the critics and ESPN commentators how great he is right now, this and this and that. I hope it just didn't get to his head, and I'm glad that play happened when it did and how it did to turn around this game to keep our season moving forward and not about Jalen Hurts. And now it's about the Eagles and not about Jalen Hurts.
Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
But he just got to slide more. Let's move on.
Let's go.
4th and goal. Look it. See, let's you see Kenny G? Did y'all see Kenny
Kenny G
G?
is right
No, I
here. You
didn't
see
see
him
it.
right
Okay,
here.
let's watch this play develop. And that's another thing where once you get down here, you got your mindset, I want to throw it to AJ. And you're not looking at other people. And that's what's going to eat us up when you need to start looking at everybody right here. Just because the play is called, that's why you have other wide receivers on the field and you go through your progressions. He's not open, go to the next one, go to the next one. You got a window to go through, move your eyes, move your, and that's how you're going to have your window open with the ball cocked. I just don't like how he's one-dimensional once we get down into the goal line, where it's either looking for
Yeah.
AJ or
Yeah.
Smitty, whatever the play is called, or you're running. So let's watch this play develop and then watch Kenny G coming out the backfield.
As cool as that was, man. Those are the plays we can't. That's not sustainable. Look at this, a helmet to helmet contact. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
No
Could have been a
call.
concussion.
Yeah, and after his, he's seen last week having a 2. He definitely not taking it easy.
Like, pay attention to Kenny G right here.
Kenny
Out the
G, I see
backfield.
him right.
That's wide
right
open.
Here,
That's
foul.
6. That's
Right
6.
to,
Right.
to the right.
You don't even
yeah,
have to
right,
take.
right,
You don't even have to take
right.
that hit. Like, one more time. Just
Absolutely.
pay
I
attention
saw
to the
it
right.
over there to the
Go
right.
back. I did not see that. He's
That's
right.
crazy, bro.
Oh my
Look.
God, you could have lofted that, flinged it.
And
just
now
flicked
now
it
he
to
get
the-
hurt on that play.
Teardrop
Now
it.
our season, not our season over, but damn, you get hurt or something when you had a wide open play right here. Let's not make it about you, Jalen. Let's make it about the team right here. This could have been real
Look
bad for
how
us right
many
here.
defenders is around him. Look, I just counted 4, and Kenny G all by himself on the right. Man, you gotta,
Man,
they keep, because like you said, he's becoming a little one-dimensional in the goal line. He's trying to punch it in, and when he should be trying to look for the mismatch, catch him off guard. Like that was, I didn't notice Kenny G sprawl wide open like that to the right.
yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead.
Oh, Brandon Graham. Yo, that's definitely one of my favorite Eagles.
We're gonna move on.
That boy been balling. You see what he did to Wentz?
I wish I would have been here last week to review that game with y'all.
Look at this right here. I like this play. Look at the shoestring tackle.
That's an effort. Let's see this.
He gone right here. This one of them big plays right here. He break that one.
Here we go.
Yeah, I like his vision right now. Any input on this play right here, or we can move on to the next one?
Yeah, we can move on to the next one.
Miles.
Good first
We can
down.
move on. I
Right.
like it. Positive Miles.
Play change, audible at the line. He sees something. That's what I've been liking too, is play calling. Let's go.
Here we
Let's
go. Miles getting Miles. That's what I like to say. Miles is getting Miles.
Speak on it.
Right,
That's a bad
right.
man.
Miles getting Miles. I like that.
Yeah, because he just be running, man. I'm telling you, this is what he does, and it's slowly racking up. You start looking like he got 60 yards already.
And this makes our RPO just that much more deadly. Them doing stuff like this.
And remember, we're still not winning at this point. It's still 14-7. This is in the middle of the comeback.
Now, let me speak on this right here. And Kaz made a great point. I wasn't going to mention that until we were up. But with the RPO, with Miles running the way that he is sucking the linebackers in. And if we did more tight end or cross routes, we'll be able to get that 7 to 9 dump behind the linebacker all day long, because he's at the line of scrimmage now. As soon as we do the RPO for Miles, the way he's running, they're sucking him up to the line of scrimmage, and you're creating that slant across the back of them, and that's open all day long, and we ain't utilizing it because we're not utilizing Miles as much, and we don't have that RPO as an option for us to be so dramatic, because all they do is concentrate on Hurts. You know what I mean? And but now you got to concentrate on Hurts, Miles, and the pass. You know what I mean? And it's crazy.
Right. I believe there's a method to the madness. I believe it's all going to come together throughout the season.
It's
like
coming.
An orchestra.
It's coming.
I hope we utilize him more after this one. There we go. Another positive yards.
That's what I'm
Positive yard.
saying.
2nd and 5, and what's that? 3rd and 1 now.
Yeah, now he's about a yard short.
Yep.
See Trey Sermon.
Look at that. There we go.
All right, that's Baby Blunt. I called him
That's
Baby
Sermon.
Blunt.
Yeah, that's 34.
We got an ad coming up.
Oh, he do look like you referring to LeGarrette Blunt?
Yeah, look, Gary's Blunt.
Yeah.
I say that's Baby Blunt because if you look at it, he's bigger. He's not a big back, but he's our biggest back. So instead of having Kenny G and them right here, Miles and Trey in the backfield at the same time, or one of them, if Trey can catch, it's a deadly combination right here, man.
Every running back we have is different. Literally, all four of them.
Facts. Boy, look at that.
They all got their
That was pretty.
strengths, man.
Look, you see that play right there? If that play was if that play's on a 20-yard line on the other side, that's an 80-yard.
That's 80-yard ran.
Bro, nobody was after he broke. Then nobody was after that.
I like that run with Trey right here. That brings a totally different dimension to our team.
But look,
Nothing
left
against-
run, and then right run.
Facts,
You
Warren.
know, we got these people moving. The way
Y'all
we
read that
moving-
comment?
I can't see
Sherman
the
is our
comment.
secret weapon against the
Oh, Sherman's
Cowboys.
even- Ah,
Hell yeah! Can't wait for that game.
Boy,
This is
I
what
just
like.
hope this don't. I hope this don't be a trap game this week, though. Thinking, you know how we are with Cowboy Week, and then right after
Right.
Cowboy Week, we got to
Right.
bye. So I hope this ain't no trap game right here with Arizona. So we,
Oh.
focus more on Dallas next week.
Yeah, I feel the same way. But I love the way that the Eagles have been, dominating the run. The first quarter we was utilizing the pass a lot, but the second quarter is what was the most worked on quarter where we put up the most points, and majority of that came from the run. So I'm loving the run. I'm loving the awareness of our backs. How he found the blocks, he moved through the pockets and got the touchdown.
And to elaborate on what you just said, with the second quarter being a dominant quarter for us, where we scored a majority of our points, and you got to get at the coaching making adjustments. You come in with a game plan, and then the adjustments within the game was allowing. Okay, the first quarter we did a couple of things. Okay, let's make these adjustments, and then you go in and make those adjustments. But I don't see the adjustments being made at halftime because we're going in with such a lead.
He's right.
So we're coming out with, let's continue doing the same thing as we go out.
Right.
When we go back out here, let's continue doing the same thing.
And then games
then
seem
no
closer than they are, and they're
Fact.
not really that close.
I feel it. That makes sense. I mean, obviously that does make sense. I just appreciate the method and behind the madness. If there's anything of what I'm thinking, it's just conserving the talent and kind of stretching it out for later on in the other games. Like if we got the lead, just let defense win the rest of the game. If you ask
You can't
me,
depend on that though. Then now you're not allowing the defense to get rest. Now we got to keep our starters in. Now if you able to put down and score field goal here, touchdown here, now we can have, a backup in there, you know what I mean, and let Slay sit and nurse his injury, or just take a rest, or let Maddox sit out, or let Bradbury sit out and let our McPherson in or somebody. But if not, when we're having our defense having to play until till it reads zeros on the clock, ain't healthy at all. Ain't healthy at all. And the offense is allowed to get substitutions. You know what I mean? Miles ain't running every play. He got two other backs back there he's sharing it with. We don't got two other D linemen that's as good as Fletch, Hargrave, and Davis. You know what I mean? We don't have two behind each one of those. So that's where we, you know what I mean, is where we're limited. And then on special teams, we're not getting no positive yards on the special teams, meaning the punts or the kickoff returns, where we're damn near taking the ball at the 25 every damn time. You know what I mean? And then when we get a punt,
that's 100% for sure.
Yeah, and then when
special
we get the
teams,
punt,
we're definitely lacking this year.
Yeah, when we get a punt, we're fair catching it almost every time. And I don't see how Covey got made the 53-man roster. I guess it's just because he has sure hands or something like that can catch, but it's just crazy.
You were sure he was going to get. You thought he was going to get cut when he dropped that punt return that day. Was it 2 games back? Who was that against?
Let's read these comments real quick. And Warren say, and then you can hop on to keep that thought, Cass. And say, I think we're going to have a shootout in the game in Arizona. I don't see their offense putting up points on us, especially if we can contain Kyler Murray.
Right.
If we can contain him from bouncing out the pocket, I think
Yeah.
we'll be destined to blow this team out. I think we'll
That's a
blow them
fact.
out. And then it
That's
said,
a fact.
especially with the weather limiting our passing game last Saturday, big facts. And that's when Miles took
Arizona's
over.
a dome too, right? They're playing
Yeah.
indoors.
They don't.
Oh yeah, man. When we
Go
Nah,
ahead,
play,
we
Cass. What
needed
was you
this.
about to say?
No, I ain't saying nothing else. We can move on to the next one, but I'm glad we needed this, man. I'm to show that the run is there.
Big facts. Big facts. And you see Miles is third in the league in rushing already, right?
I saw that
wow.
Man,
already.
Do it.
we back on defense now. And that's the fumble. We get the ball back on 3rd and 1. And you guys paid attention to that score. Remember, it was 14-0 at
Mm-hmm.
at 12:30 and at 13:30 and some change in the second quarter. Now it's 14-14 with 3 minutes left, and watch what's going on now. So let's move
Field
forward.
position is important here. Look at that when the ball gets recovered at.
We got the
Big
ball back.
facts.
Good job. Good fucking job.
Look at this yards
Look
after
at that,
catch, but
man.
he do not want to go
Dude.
down. He not happy with just
Dude.
catching the ball and going down.
One
boy's a
spin
beast.
of the hip, and he just look at that. He's everybody going with him.
Thank you, Tennessee.
Right.
Hey, and let me speak on this too. Let me speak on this before we go into halftime. Also,
Go ahead.
what's the scary part about this team is that we're as good as we are right now and still got a top 10 pick with the Saints pick this year, and
Right.
depends on what they're doing. Like this, that
Yep.
makes this team even way more
And our own
scary,
pick.
oh, big
2
dog.
first-round picks.
Right.
And
Right.
say less, bro. And then we still got first round picks though on our own. You know what I mean? We got two
Yeah.
first round
We
picks
got
this
2.
year, or 3 if I'm not mistaken. It might be 2
Yeah, I
or
know.
2,
I believe. I know we have 2. We have 2
and
because
then
we traded
3
one
2 and 3 second round picks.
and 3 second-round picks. So we pick, I believe, 5 picks in the top. I don't know, 1 or something. Yeah, top 100 or something.
5
We
picks
got
in
5 of those
1
picks.
Yeah,
Nice.
that shit crazy. Let's move on. First down. We're gonna keep it rolling and just move on to the next play.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
it keep rolling.
I think this is Kenny Gain. We up touchdown, Kenny G.
Yeah, man. Right
We're
up
gonna
the
we're
gut,
gonna
man. Those
rewind that.
holes, O-line. Everything's O-line.
He didn't get touched, did he?
No, I don't even think he got touched. I think
he
the whole. Look at the
I think he
holes.
stiffed him. I think he stiffed on him. But I don't know what was going on with Jacksonville defense that they playing for the pass in the red zone. I mean, I guess
Yeah, they
it's
play
because
real
we got the
soft.
weapons. That's why.
Cass, we
Because we
just
got
said
some
it.
Batman.
You got to watch out for them, and then on top of it,
Right.
you can't put men in the box because it opens up Smitty, Quez, and
Right.
AJ.
Exactly.
And then when you
Exactly.
play soft in the box, now you got Miles. And then when they try to
And it
focus on
hurts.
the run, now you got Hurts. You know what I mean? In Dallas, you know what I mean?
Right.
We could have ate them up all game with tight end screens right there and easily got 15 yards a pop until they stopped it. And then we go to our wide receivers. They could not stop the tight end screens, but we didn't keep going to them because we didn't want to, I guess, waiting for next week. Watch how many we throw in Dallas. I mean, in Arizona this week.
In Arizona, right? You don't
Yeah,
want to
Dallas is
expose.
good
You
on
don't want to
those
give them
screens.
too much because you gotta remember other teams be watching our tape too.
But that's how we blow teams out and go up 30 some points, and we can rest our starters. Like every game this season, name one game where we've been confident that we won that game, except week 2, if I'm not mistaken, against the Vikings.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
that's
cap.
true.
I was real confident against Washington.
Yeah, but in the beginning of the game, it wasn't like that until we start getting the turnovers and stuff like that. Then we was confident. But the last 2, I mean the week 2 and 3 was the ones that we basically knew we sit back in our chair and chill, drink a beer, smoke, do something, you know what I mean, knowing we was gonna win, and who was we ready to talk shit about on Facebook, you know what I mean? But these week 1 and 4 have been kind of hard though, bro. You know, even though 4 we won in 29-21, it wasn't that close, but we was an onside kick away from tie game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
That's a little alarming too, because like I said, the game shouldn't have got to that point where we, a one play could change the outcome. We
Big
should have
facts.
we should have ran away with it. No second half points though, man. We gotta work on
Hey,
that. They
and
gotta
no
work
pun
on that.
intended. That's why we got to be all gas, no brakes, homie. You know what I mean? And dominate. Because these points is going to help us too in the long run. If it's any kind of ties or anything like that going, you know what I mean? That the points, it will
Yeah,
help us a whole lot. You know what I mean? So, and margin of victory, should I say? You know what I mean? We got to continue putting this
absolutely.
stuff down. So let's go ahead and move on. We got to do better.
I ain't
Okay.
busting Jake's balls
Hey,
because he.
hey, speaking on that, we did, let me see.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I know what you're going to get into. Please elaborate on the word.
So right here with the point after kick missed by Jake Elliott, y'all seen in the game. We watched the game. He got hit and got hurt. So we ended up
Mhm.
signing a new kicker by the name of Cameron Dickey from the University of Texas. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all familiar with him.
Yeah.
He played
No,
some
I'm
time
not.
with the
No,
Vikings
not
or
at all.
but we ended up signing him. So I don't know if Jake is gonna be out and we're gonna throw him on IR. I mean, on the injury reserve list, or is he just a backup just in case Elliott can't make it out, or whatever the situation may be, to have him just do extra points, or whatever the situation may be, until Jake is back 100%. But that kind of like made me a little nervous because I didn't hear nothing about it. But then we showed that we signed a new kicker, and we also signed a guard also. But Isaac was at practice today with full practice, so I don't know why we signed another guard, and
Yeah.
unless it's for Jordan, and they're gonna move Isaac to the tackle and then move in. But actually, Dillard just got the 21-day window also back for practice, so Dillard to be back in 3 weeks also. So we got 2 games in our bye week, then he's coming back. So
I want to see what Dillard could do, man. Dillard is a weird. You know, he's at a up very, very more down than up, but just I want to see what he got, man.
facts.
I want to see what
And
he got. I
I'm
want
glad
to
we
see.
didn't trade him away or anything for nothing, because you need line depth. You just got to have a
Oh yeah, you
coach.
need linemen. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that you need a coach that's able to do a rotation to keep everybody satisfied, but you need dead on the line, and them big boys need breaks too. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
You
that was
need depth.
another
You need
reason
depth
why
on
we
that
won.
defense.
We won the Super Bowl with line dead on the defensive line also. You know what I mean? The right there is versatility and being able to replace your starter with somebody that would have been a starter on somebody
Right.
else's team
Right,
also. You know what
right,
I mean?
right. I remember that we was doing that whole season. We was rotating second, first starters and second, like every 4 downs. It was like everybody stayed fresh. Everybody got a break, like you said.
And y'all see we ain't missing DB right now also too, right?
Right.
Derek Barnett,
There's
right?
no
Yep, I
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
need to
yeah.
get rid
DB's
of.
out here.
Yeah, we need to get rid of him.
Riddick
He
has
the
been doing his
penalty
thing.
king though. He when he's on the field though, he drives me crazy because he is the penalty king.
And then get stupid penalties though. We're gonna move on with
Yeah,
these
and then he
highlights.
gets stupid. But yeah, we don't even talk about him. His energy. We don't need the
Yeah.
energy.
We're gonna rewind this right here so we can see this. Start from the missed point after field goal. Look at how they suck it. Let's rewind this.
Oh,
Look at
Yep.
all the linebackers, everybody with this
Yep.
RPO right here though.
Yep. Yep.
RPO
That's
just pulled
exactly
him. Oh, everybody is like
exactly
a
what I was
spring. It's like a
mentioning up
spring.
earlier. It was like a black hole, like a vortex. It's like the ball. Psych.
Also, look how
Because he
tight the
did.
Ball and
window
look,
is for the throw.
man,
Watch this again. Look,
Bomb.
that was perfect dime.
slicing people. Perfect. Right to the chest. Like Cass said, if it hits you in the chest and the hands, you got to catch it.
You gotta catch it.
Gotta
You
catch
can't.
it.
You ain't no excuses, man. You better go get
Yeah,
some grip
especially
boost,
in the
something like
chest.
that.
Some new sticky. You better buy some new sticky gloves.
Let's move on.
Commanding the offense. Let's go, Jalen.
That was a
Oh, he
bad
tripped
play.
up
Just a
Yeah, he
trip.
slipped. Yeah, that was a sack. They
on his
credit
own
them with a
legs.
sack on that. Yeah, he was behind the
O
line of
line
scrimmage.
stepped on him.
It's all right. I think they had 2 sacks on. That was one of them. Very good defense right there.
Right.
That was an
Straps.
incomplete pass, correct? Right?
Straps.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Christian Kirk was doing nothing for the majority of that game. They took him out of the game.
I
Oh,
think
that's their best player.
they stopped the stream with the copyrights. Yeah, I think they did.
They probably
All right, shit. We just gonna hop off, fellas, until next week then. If y'all look, y'all got a phone out, check it out and see if there's
Yeah, it says
mine says
stream
streaming.
unavailable.
Yeah, it says streaming better. Cause we watching the thing. We just gotta um more or less, like I say, moving forward
Oh,
next week,
yeah.
we just gotta stop it more. We can't let it continuously play. We gotta stop it, you know what I mean? So that they don't
okay. I
feel
didn't
that
even
we
know that. I
no,
didn't
no,
know
that was on me because I'm going back watching it and then letting it play because it's, you know what I mean? Like we got to stop it
Right.
continuously so they don't think we're doing like a playback or something of the game. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
okay,
So
okay.
with us breaking down the highlights, they'll let us still air it and everything like that. But we good to go and we'll be back this week. Next week, fellas, same time Wednesday, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. This your boy Marcel broadcasting live from Arizona. We got Cash in the building from New York, and we got my boy Jay in the building from New York. Once again, Jay, appreciate you hopping on tonight,
You already
man,
know.
and we
I'll
check y'all
definitely
out
be
next.
back next week.
Yeah, 100%. We'll be back next week, and like I said, when we move forward next week, we just chop up the highlights a lot quicker and more
Yeah.
randomly, you know what I mean, and often, so we're not continuously playing it. So we should be good to go moving forward instead of like me and Cass, we learned that week 2 with doing this too. So it's kinks that we're gonna go through and stuff like that, but we're gonna get it right for y'all 100%, and we'll check y'all out next week. Appreciate y'all.
Definitely.
Copy
You already
that.
know.
Go
Yes,
Birds.
sir. Go Birds.
Good.
Hey, 5-0 this week, fellas.